السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صفيه وخليله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا. أما بعد، فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد رسول الله، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. عباد الله، إن الله تعالى يقول في كتابه العزيز: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. ويقول سبحانه وتعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. My dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed the humanity with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who came with the concluding religion, the best way for people to live a happy and prosperous and successful life. True happiness can only be achieved through following Allah's path, Allah's way, and Allah's deen. Any other ways will only lead to regret and misery. But the path of Allah, دين الله الإسلام، هو الطريق إلى السعادة، طريق النجاة والتوفيق يوم القيامة. Those who follow the religion of Islam, they will be blessed in this world. They will taste the meaning of true happiness, true brotherhood, and they will be rewarded with an eternal life in heaven, في جنة الخلد إن شاء الله. I praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us on the straight path, steadfast, until we reach our destination in Jannah, inshallah, with the people we love, with all of one of you, inshallah. The purpose of Islam is to realize, for humanity to realize its human nature, its purpose in this world. Allah said, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Allah created jinn and mankind to worship Him, to submit to His path. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us also that the human family is one big family. يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ إِنَّا خَلَقْنَاكُم مِّن ذَكَرٍ وَأُنثَىٰ وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِندَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. Allah says that Allah created mankind and made us into tribes and groups. So the purpose is to get to know each other, is to become united, to love one another. And the only criteria that distinguishes a person from another, that really makes him truly successful, is taqwa, is the God-fearing, is how much he observes of Allah's religion in his life. Inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. Not the white among you, not the black among you, not the Arabs among you, or the Asians, or so on and so forth. That people today, they like to identify themselves with the race, with the color. We are all children of Adam. كلنا من آدم وآدم من تراب. We are all descended from one father and one mother. Allah created us differently. No two brothers, they look alike. No two human beings have the same fingerprint. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us to stand out, to be on our own, to relate to others, and it is our deeds that can count us among the successful or among those who may not make it. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all of us here will be among the successful. The other thing is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told that the believers are brothers. إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةً. Believers are brothers, and they should stand for each other. They should care for each other. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, الْمُؤْمِنُ لِلْمُؤْمِنِ كَالْبُنْيَانِ يَشُدُّهُ بَعْضُهُ بَعْضًا. And then he highlighted it with his fingers. He said, a believer to a believer is like one solid wall, holding, or one structure, supporting each other, holding each other together. And he pointed out with his fingers. That's how we should be united. That's how we should be together. And we should care for each other. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves to see the believers united, to see them one body. الْمُؤْمِنُونَ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. Believers are helpers of one another. We are meant to help and stand for each other. In a hadith sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, مَثَلُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. In a hadith sahih, he said, مَثَلُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ فِي تَوَادِّهِمْ وَتَرَاحُمِهِمْ كَمَثَلِ الْجَسَدِ الْوَاحِدِ إِذَا اشْتَكَى مِنْهُ عُضْوٌ تَدَاعَى لَهُ سَائِرُ الْجَسَدِ بِالسَّهْرِ وَالْحُمَّى. If that is, the Prophet ﷺ said, the example of the believers in their care and love for one another is like one human body, like one body. If one part of it is affected, the rest of the body reacts to it. And that's the true meaning of one ummah. It is not just a word we say. It is a meaning that we should live in our life, and we should feel it, and we should live up to it. So my dear brothers, when you see some of your fellow Muslims somewhere in the world going through hard times, doesn't that make you feel like trying to do something about them, to help them? Well, unfortunately these days, the big tragedies, the big human disasters are happening in the Muslim world. And if some of you are not aware, what I am talking about is not far from here. The pictures you've seen on television, people trying to escape, to find a safe place, taking all risks, and sometimes it leads that to a loss of life. Pictures that are really sad. They have touched the world. Any person who has a grain of humanity in his heart, he would have felt the pain. He would have felt for those people. How about us Muslims? People are crossing the Mediterranean Sea, trying to find security and safe refuge in Europe. And not too far from them is the Muslim world. Why do they have to cross the sea to go somewhere else and not to come to our Muslim world? I did some research statistics about the size of Europe. Europe altogether, the European Union, is about 4 million square kilometers. Its population is about 500 million. There's an official website. I picked 3 countries from the Muslim world, from the Arab world to be specific, in North Africa. Algeria, Libya and Sudan, together these 3 countries, they cover a surface area of 6 million square kilometers. Their population altogether does not reach 80 million. I am making it more. Why can't our brothers from Syria find refuge, find open doors in our Muslim countries? Why do they have to cross the sea and risk their life, risk their children, their livelihood to find, imagining that they would find refuge somewhere else? Why not among us? These are only 3 countries. We have the largest surface area covering the center of the globe, from North Africa, deep in Central Asia. It is all one ummah. We didn't buy it, by the way. The land the Muslims today occupy, they did not buy it. They inherited it. It is an achievement done by those early pioneers, Muslims, migrants, Muslims who migrated from Mecca to Al-Madinah. The exercise of migration, it's a natural process. It happens in the human societies. People are constantly moving for whatever reason. Allah created this earth for the human race. And He did not make it exclusive to one race. It is for everyone. Those Muslim pioneers, 80 Muslims, also migrated from Mecca about 1400 years ago to Medina, where they were welcomed by people who later to be called Al-Ansar. Al-Ansar لأنهم نصروا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم، لأنهم آووا ونصروا من هاجر من مكة إليهم، فتحوا لهم أبوابهم، شاركوهم في أرزاقهم، آخى بينهم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. أصبح المهاجر أخو الأنصاري. A man from Medina will open his door to a person coming from Mecca and he will tell him, look, my brother, half of my property, half of what I have is yours. And you are my brother. Wallahi, if it wasn't for that act of brotherhood that solidified the unity among the ummah, we would not have been able to conquer the world and achieve what we have achieved. We are living on the legacy and achievement of those great Muslims who embodied the meaning of true and ummah, who embodied the meaning of ukhuwah, not lip service, my brother. And you do nothing towards your brother. The Muslims Al-Ansar فتحوا أبوابهم لإخوانهم المهاجرين وشاركوهم في أرزاقهم. الله سبحانه وتعالى بارك لكل في رزقه وفتح لهم الدنيا، وفي 30 سنة أصبحوا أسياد العالم. In 30 years, Muslims became the leaders of the world after the Hijrah. They've challenged and defeated the Roman Empire. They have challenged and defeated the Persian Empire. And they became the one shining human experiment, the Muslim Ummah, exemplified in its just rules, where everybody is equal. When Muslims conquer the world, conquer a place, they do not force its people out of their land. Never. They don't force them to be refugees elsewhere. They would remain and they would become, if they choose to become Muslims, they become equal and just as anybody else, regardless of the race, regardless of the color. Wallahi, this is the greatness of Islam, and you are a witness to that. And I look to your faces, and I can see you represent all parts of the Muslim world, the Muslim Ummah. That brotherhood, that unity made us leaders. And unless we do similar things towards our brothers and sisters, and we welcome them and open our homes to them, do you know that if Europeans had stayed in their tiny place, continent, they would have starved? The surface area of Britain is about 250,000 square kilometers. Forgive me if it sounds like a lesson in geography. But this is important. If people of Britain did not go out, they would have starved. There are more Irish living outside Ireland than in Ireland itself. There are many places, countries today exist were established by migrants. Australia is a witness to that. In New Zealand, Canada, North America, South America, people there, the natives now today, they represent the minority. So nobody. It is our loss if we fail our brothers and sisters. Wallahi, it is a shame on us, we Muslims, if we do not do something, if we do not feel like doing something to help them. When you open your home, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses you. In your home, in your rizq, in your children, in your family. It is Allah who provides. Today people are so secular in talking about savings and the economy that they think it is because of their calculations and management and accountants they are doing well. Wallahi, it is Allah who provided the nations with the bounties underground and with the bounties that come from the sky in the form of rain, in the form of natural resources. Allah provides. Wallahi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if He wants to make a place of living difficult to live, He can make it. Wallahi, He can deny them the rain. No nation can survive without Allah's blessing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides for every human being, even the strong nations. If they are subjected to some natural disasters, you'll find them, they are just as helpless as any other small or poor country. Allah's might is big. Allah provides for everyone, the kafir and the mu'min. But He gives us to test us. And I want you also to think on your small scale. Maybe you are the only bread earner in your family. Maybe you have dependent back home. May Allah bless you in your rizq. And do your best. Think of them. The more you give, Allah gives you more. Wallahi, the more you give, Allah gives you more. And never ever think that you will become poor by spending fi sabilillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our brothers and sisters of Syria. And may Allah bring peace to their land. My brothers and sisters, those who are, when I look to the world sometimes I really feel like I've lost faith in the world. In this political establishment, those who are seeing the people of Syria being slaughtered every day and doing nothing, and they are trying to legitimize an illegitimate regime, I tell them, look, if you are betting on such a regime, you will lose. Bet on the people. Bet on fairness, on truth, because that what will prevail, bi'idhnillah. Syria, the morning will come to it. They will have a morning, inshallah. Do you know that I live in Europe? And the least migrants who live in Europe are Syrians. I hardly meet any Syrians in Europe. They are proud people who love their country, and their country is rich. They have everything. They give to the world. And today they are denied to live in their homes. And the world is watching. And when they open their doors, they are thinking doing them a great favor. If you want to do favor to our brothers in Syria, Stop the regime. Stop arming him. Do you know that there are nations openly declaring that they supply the regime with armaments? Openly, no shame. And some of those main countries, they are in the Security Council. May Allah bring peace to the Muslim world. May Allah bring peace to this region and save it from any fitna and protect us from any fitna. May Allah help us to be better Muslims. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر لكم الله الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين أحمده حمد الشاكرين وأصلي وأسلم على نبيه الأمين المبعوث رحمة للعالمين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم was sent as a mercy to mankind. Forgive me if you have come from a country where also it's facing problems and instability, but I know, I'm aware of almost every country. But what is happening in Syria, it is too close to ignore. It has filled the screens of television, it has taken many of the news. And for me as a Muslim to watch and say nothing or do nothing, I cannot justify to myself. Wallahi, I wish I can welcome a family in my household. I wish I can. And I am sure every one of you will do so. Why can't we do it? If Al-Ansar open their homes to their brothers and Muhajirin, why can't we? إن تنصروا الله ينصركم ويثبت أقدامكم. If you help Allah, Allah will help you and give you victory. We should care about our brothers and we should not pretend that there is no problem. You should think of what you can do in whatever way. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت اللهم لا